Okay, so you're here because BMW turbochargers. Uh, they're kind of a mystery, but you want to learn all about them, right? But we're going to cover it all.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. We're going to break it down.
We've gone deep into the research, so you don't have to.
That's right.
No.
No information overload here, just the good stuff.
Yeah, you're going to be able to hold your own in any conversation about these things after this.
Exactly.
All right, so first off, what is a turbocharger in, like, the simplest terms?
Okay, so at its heart, a turbocharger is using the energy from the exhaust gas to spin a turbine, which is connected to a compressor, and that compressor forces more air into the engine.
So it's like giving the engine
Exactly.
a much bigger lung capacity.
A bigger breath, yeah.
Yeah, so then what are the benefits of that? And
Right.
obviously, it's going to give you more power, but...
Absolutely more power, but there's also improved acceleration, the potential to get to some serious speeds.
Right.
But interestingly, it can also improve fuel efficiency by allowing for smaller engines.
Really?
Yeah.
So you can have your cake and eat it, too?
Yeah. Yeah, and then you also get better low-end torque and potentially cleaner emissions.
That's interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that about the emissions.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So BMW, I mean, they've been doing this for a while, right?
Oh, yeah. They recognized the potential of turbocharging early on.
Like, when did they start doing this?
So you want to go all the way back, the BMW 2002 Turbo back in 1973. That was the first mass-produced European car to use this technology.
Wow, so they were kind of ahead of the curve.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But even before that, they were experimenting with it.
Really?
Yeah, they had the 1972 BMW Turbo concept car and their Formula One engine in 1983.
Wow, so they've been thinking about this for a long time.
Yeah, and they also launched their first mass-production diesel turbo in the 520 Fort in the same year, 1983.
So clearly they're early adopters of this technology.
Oh, yeah.
So one thing that gets confusing, I think, for a lot of people is this term twin-power turbo.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it refers to a single turbocharger and sometimes it refers to two.
Right, so it can be a little misleading.
Yeah, so can you kind of clear that up for us?
Absolutely. So twin-power turbo often refers to a single turbocharger, not two separate ones.
Okay.
But it has this really clever design called a twin scroll design.
Okay.
So essentially you have a divided exhaust manifold.
Okay.
And it pairs up cylinders based on their firing order.
Okay.
And it sends those exhaust pulses through separate channels or scrolls
I'm with you.
within the turbo.
Okay.
So you can imagine those exhaust pulses as runners in a race.
Okay.
And by keeping them separated, they don't trip over each other,
Right.
allowing the turbine to spin more efficiently and respond much quicker.
So less turbo lag.
Exactly. Less of that dreaded turbo lag and more immediate power delivery for the driver.
Got it.
And the 2011 BMW X1 xDrive 28i was a prime example of this,
Okay.
offering similar power to a larger, less efficient engine.
Okay, so twin power turbo is often a single turbo, but with that twin scroll designed to make it more efficient.
Exactly.
So then what about twin turbo power? What's that all about?
Yeah, so that's when you have two distinct turbochargers.
Okay.
And you'll often find this in their high-performance V8 engines,
Right.
specifically those with the hot inner V configuration.
Okay.
And sometimes these turbos work sequentially, so you have a smaller turbo that jumps in at lower RPMs
Okay.
for that instant response.
Right.
And then a larger turbo takes over as the revs climb, and that
Yeah.
provides that relentless power.
So you kind of get the best of both worlds.
Exactly. You get quick response and top-end power.
So it seems like turbocharging is everywhere in BMWs these days.
Oh, it is, yeah.
I mean, from their X-Series SUVs to their sedans to their coupes.
Yeah, you're right. It's pretty much the norm now.
I mean, you see it in the X1, the X3 M50 xDrive,
Yeah.
the M3, the M5,
All of them.
even their plug-in hybrid X5 models.
Exactly.
It's everywhere.
It's really interesting to see how turbocharging has shaped their performance.
Yeah, for sure. So do you have any, like, favorite examples of turbocharged BMWs?
Oh, so many. But a few that really stand out to me are the original 2002 Turbo. I mean, that really showed the potential of this technology.
Yeah.
Then there's the E9335i with its early twin-turbo N54 engine. That was a real game changer.
Yeah, I remember when that came out.
And of course, the F90 M5 with its monstrous twin-turbo V8.
Oh, yeah, that's a beast.
And then for something a little more nimble, the 1 Series M Coupe.
Yeah, that's a fun car.
Yeah. So those are just a few that come to mind.
So it's clear that turbocharging is fundamental to BMW's, philosophy these days. I mean, this whole efficient dynamics thing that they talk about.
Absolutely. It allows them to achieve those performance and efficiency goals.
Yeah, and they've got some really cool innovations, like integrating the exhaust manifold directly into the cylinder head.
Right, like in the B58TU engine.
Yeah, so that gets the exhaust gases to the turbo faster.
Exactly. Quicker spool up, better fuel efficiency.
And of course, they've got sophisticated cooling systems.
Oh, yeah, to keep everything reliable.
Even under hard driving.
Even when you're pushing it to the limit.
Yeah, so it makes you wonder how BMW stacks up against like Audi, Mercedes, Porsche.
Yeah, they're all big on turbocharging these days, but
BMW, they seem to be really focused on these integrated designs.
they do, and they generally favor turbos over superchargers.
Yeah, which is interesting.
Yeah, you can even see it in how they collaborate on engines with other brands and the performance figures across different models.
So of course there are downsides, right? I mean, historically, turbo lag has been a thing.
Yeah, that was a big one.
And this technology adds complexity to the engine.
It does, so maintenance is really important.
Yeah, for sure.
Regular oil changes with the right synthetic oil.
Right.
Keeping the cooling system in good shape.
Yep.
And being aware of potential issues like wastegate rattle or oil leaks.
Yeah, and even little things like letting your engine idle briefly after a spirited drive.
Exactly. That can help prolong the life of the turbocharger.
So ultimately, turbocharging has allowed BMW to meet its performance and efficiency goals.
For sure, it's been a key part of their success.
And it's essential for those high-performance M models. So it makes you wonder, with all of BMW's history and innovation in this area,
Yeah.
how are future advancements going to further change the driving experience?
Especially as we move towards electrification.
Right. Are we going to see some crazy new turbo tech that we can't even imagine yet?
Yeah. It's an exciting time to be a car enthusiast.
For sure.
Who knows what the future holds?
That's something to think about for sure.
It is.
Well, this has been a fascinating deep dive. I've learned a lot.
Me too.
I hope our listeners have as well.
I hope so.
All right. That's it for this episode of A Deep Dive. We'll catch you next time.